Wife took petty revenge on my mom. My mom flew up from Ohio last weekend for my daughter's birthday. We've gone no contact 3 times already because she starts being awful the second I let her back in. But I felt guilty about keeping her from her granddaughter. That guilt disappeared real fast. Day 2 of the visit, she started going off about Trump and guns at breakfast. My friends sitting right there are Canadian. My in-laws beside them are Canadian. Nobody brought up politics, but she launched into it anyway because she needs an audience. I mostly kept quiet because arguing with her never works. She just gets louder. But during one rant, I said I didn't really care about gun laws either way, and that I liked going to the shooting range with my brother-in-law sometimes when I visited back home. My dad collected guns when I was growing up, so I learned young. It's just target practice. I thought she'd move on. Her face went red. She said if I could enjoy shooting after Parkland, then I didn't care about dead kids. I tried explaining it's just a hobby and has nothing to do with school shootings, but she cut me off. She said next time I went to the range, she hoped I heard those kids screaming in my head. Then she looked at my daughter and said she hoped she'd be safe when I bought my first gun. Not if, when. I stopped talking to her the rest of breakfast. My wife grabbed my hand under the table because she could tell I was about to lose it. My friends made excuses to leave early. The whole birthday party that afternoon was tense because my mom kept making little comments about gun nuts and dead children whenever she thought she was being subtle. 2 days later, we were driving back from getting coffee and she started in again. I finally snapped and told her to drop it. She said I was being defensive because I knew she was right. I said no, I was tired of her ruining every visit by picking fights. She screamed that she was canceling the rest of her trip and wanted to go home right now. Fine. I drove her to my house so she could pack. She went inside, grabbed her suitcase, and I thought that was it. I went to the kitchen to decompress. 10 minutes later, she was banging on the front door, yelling about how I'd always been ungrateful. I didn't open it. I told her through the door to leave. She left. Then came back 15 minutes later and started pounding again, this time yelling about Trump. Then she left and came back a third time, then a fourth, each time with a new reason why I was terrible. My neighbors were watching from their windows. My daughter was crying upstairs because Grandma was scaring her. The 5th time she came back, I called the cops. I was on the phone with dispatch when she must have heard me through the door because she suddenly sprinted to her rental car and peeled out. She texted me from the road that she was checking out of her hotel and driving home. The police showed up 20 minutes later and I gave them a statement in case she came back. The texts started that night. Long paragraphs about how I supported child murder and voted for fascists, even though I've literally never voted conservative in my life. Then voicemails about guns and Trump and how she was ashamed of me. Like guns were the actual issue and not her being unable to attend one family event without causing a scene. Yesterday I was showing my wife some of the messages because they were getting more unhinged. She went quiet for a second, then said, I did something bad. I got worried she'd responded to one of my mom's texts and made things worse. She said she almost sent my mom an email telling her exactly what kind of parent she'd been and why nobody wanted her around. But she said she's too conflict averse to actually send something like that. Too Canadian, she said. I asked what she did instead. She pulled out her phone and showed me. She'd signed my mom up for every gun organization mailing list she could find. The NRA, Gun Owners of America, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, some magazine called Shooting Illustrated, another one called American Hunter. She said she spent 2 hours going through pro-gun websites and entering my mom's real address in Ohio on every sign-up form. My mom's going to get mail from these groups for months, fundraising letters asking her to protect the Second Amendment, membership offers with free hats, magazines with rifles on the cover, all because she couldn't let people enjoy one weekend without her starting fights.